Welcome to the Research Network Responsible Digital Society at the University of Basel. In recent years, we have seen tremendous changes in the context of the so-called digital transformation. This is mainly due to very rapid advances in research in artificial intelligence and data science, and the application of AI in a wide range of areas, most of which have major implications on us as individuals and society as a whole. The Research Network Responsible Digital Society aims at providing a platform to discuss the consequences of these developments within the scientific community and beyond. This video will feature statements of members of the network to illustrate the breadth of research in this area at the University of Basel. And now, let's start networking.
The application of digital technologies in healthcare has a tremendous potential to improve diagnostics, decision-making for therapeutics, and prediction modeling. In my lab, we develop a digital platform for families that are affected by hereditary breast and ovarian cancer syndrome. That's a specific syndrome that is caused by a genetic mutation that is passed on from one generation to the next. The digital platform provides education and decisional support and coaching for addressing challenges based on individual characteristics of family members with natural language processing. That is an intersection between linguistics and artificial intelligence in order to find better ways to help these families communicate about the genetic predisposition and also to support each other throughout their cancer journey.
In my research, I mainly deal with economic and ethical aspects of digital transformations. I combine methods of classical qualitative social research with approaches of supervised machine learning. On the one hand, I investigate how work has changed through the use of digital tools. While coders and companies experience their work as meaningful, this is not the case for riders in food delivery companies. They feel highly alienated. On the other hand, I examine the normative justifications of tech companies that often present themselves as do-gooders. Their economic spirit serves to promote a new digital capitalism.
As a political scientist, I study how parliamentarians communicate with voters, whether they do it here in parliament, like the Großer Rat in Basel, or in the street on the Marktplatz. We are all interested in how this communication functions. In the Responsible Digital Society project, we particularly analyze how social media are used for that, how female politicians, how populist politicians use Facebook, Twitter to communicate, to send messages, to portray themselves. And we also look how voters perceive that, which kind of message they like. And we found so far, and this is pretty reaffirming from a democracy point of view, voters like political messages, not the portrayal of the private lives, but actually political messages.
Here at the Faculty of Business and Economics, we have a large variety of different research areas. My personal focus is on public blockchain networks, smart contracts, and decentralized finance. So basically what we're doing is we're looking how we can employ smart contracts to recreate more open and transparent financial systems.
Who is allowed to use which data and for what purposes? And how will digitalization change the law? And what kind of legal system do we need if the state is getting more and more digitized? What legal protection do citizens need in a digital state? All these questions are dealt with by my team and myself, and we want to network with other researchers on these questions.
Choosing the optimal treatment in the clinic, designing effective policies, evaluating the human impact on climate change, all require that we can predict the effect of an intervention. We wish to leverage data to tell what happens if. What if a patient receives a certain treatment? Think about later mental health effects of childhood bullying. Will the mental health of an individual improve if they receive treatments for sleeping problems? Moving to explain mechanisms, we must guess what would have happened if the world had been different. Would the mental health of an individual be different if they had not been a victim of childhood bullying? My drive is developing statistical methods and algorithms to help us reliably predict intervention effects and uncover meaningful explanations about the world from data.
Over the past couple of centuries, mathematicians, physicists, biologists, chemists have formulated models for all sorts of worldly phenomena at all possible scales. And these models have been tremendously successful at explaining the world and fueling industrial, digital, pharmaceutical, and other revolutions. Now, what's been happening over the past decade or so is that computers, learning from piles of data, started to discover new physical models or solve extremely hard problems in chemistry, physics, or planetary science, like designing new drugs or classifying weak seismic signals from InSight mission's seismometer on Mars. In my research, I want to figure out how to best combine those venerated scientific models with data and artificial intelligence in order to advance science and benefit humanity.
Psychology is the science of the human mind. And the digital revolution has dramatically changed the discipline. It has increased our ability to peer into people's minds and predict their behavior. At the Center for Cognitive and Decision Sciences, we're harnessing the tools of the digital revolution to understand how people think and feel about risk in all domains of life, from vaccination to nuclear energy. We are particularly excited about the opportunities of treating text as data to process vast amounts of text, from books to tweets. We believe this work can help us predict the public's reaction to the communication of evidence and risk, and ultimately improve communication to help people make better, informed decisions.
The digital transformation profoundly affects our professional and private lives. It changes the way we work, how we spend our free time, how we communicate, and the way we interact with each other. Digital transformation is no longer a question of only technology and computer science, but it has social, ethical, legal, economic, psychological, and political consequences. The research network Responsible Digital Society aims to strengthen the critical interdisciplinary dialogue on digital transformation within and outside the University of Basel. In this video, you've seen only a small selection of research questions addressed. You will find many more on our website. Building on the expertise of this broad range of scientists, the research network Responsible Digital Society critically reflects on one of the big societal challenges of our times and thereby strongly contributes to the vibrant research landscape at the University of Basel.